Today, I guess Preacher Tom asked him up front. He asked me in the hallway right before we walked in here, so I wasn't quite as prepared. But I believe the Lord always gives you a word, and one to carry around with you. And I believe with Brother Roger, like he was talking, a while ago. Some people's already made plans not to be here tonight, and we see it every week. And I look around the crowd this morning, and we know there'll be less than half of that here tonight. I was thinking this week about a guy named Robert Johnson, and which was, probably in his time was one of the greatest guitar players that had ever lived and was witnessed. But as a younger guitar player, they said that he was mostly, when he went out to play, that, just a bunch of racket. And Son House said that they would run him off and wouldn't even let him play. And he had left for about 6 or 8 months. And when he come back, he had made such a total transformation and had come from one of the worst players making a bunch of racket. And when Son House and Willie Brown were listening to him, they said there's no way anybody in such a short amount of time would be able to make such a transformation unless he sold his soul to the devil. And Willie Brown, Robert Johnson had went the right songs, saying how the devil was on his back and he had to keep moving. He couldn't never stop. He had to keep going along. And I got to thinking about that thing, I said, whether it's just a myth or whether it's true. And I try to put things in a spiritual sense. And I said, well, what about us? What do we sell our souls for? Whether he made a deal with the devil for the temporary fame that he had, but what he didn't know and what the devil didn't know, the only person that knew the time frame that he had was the Lord God himself. And, and it was such a short amount of time that he lived after that. And I started thinking about us. We every day, we had the choice to sell our soul to the devil or to live for the Lord. We may not sit down, like he did and make the commitment, to give me certain things, and I'll live that way. And I wonder what it is in our lives, whether it be the lust for things that we can't have, or whether it be adultery or lying or cheating or stealing or whatever we do in life, that puts us in that situation. But, we all get in a situation where we're sellouts for the Lord. We all get in situations where, we're the ones that's putting the stripes on Jesus, when we don't live the way that we should. And, and being a sellout, when you're offering to give up your soul for the things that just to live in such a short life. In Exodus 32:32, Moses was willing to have his name blotted out of the book, in order to help his people. In Romans chapter 9, verse 3, Paul was willing to give up his life to save his people. But, when I think about us as supposedly Christian people every day of our life, where are we at? What are we giving up our life for? What are we giving up our souls for in a very short amount of time on earth? But, still we continue to do the same thing every day, of our life. Preacher gets up here and he preaches, he begs. Brother Roger all the time uses the words, convicted and converted. We all get under conviction, we come to church, and we say we're going to do this, we do that, and we leave, but we never get converted. We're selling ourselves out for something, that's so temporary, and, one day we're going to have to face up to it. And, whether we're Robert Johnson standing at the crossroads of 4961 in Clarksville, Alabama, or whether we're just a down-home country boy or girl here in Tabor City, North Carolina, or Whiteville, Conway, if we're selling out, we're selling out. Whether it's the temporary fame of a few short years of being a guitar player, or somebody working in the logwood, or somebody being a teacher or whatever, we're still selling out. But one day we're going to give an account for what we sold out for. And it's not going to be as important as what we thought it was when the time comes and it comes across the eastern sky. And it's going to happen fast. It's going to happen quick. So, we better wake up and realize all the temporary things in our life aren't nowhere near as important as what we think they are, and start getting things where we need to be, and put them in subjection, and see the things that we need to do, need to see, and quit playing church and coming in here every once in a while trying to ring the bell and sound the alarm, drop the coins in the plate, and actually live the life that we're supposed to live, and quit being a stumbling block to the people around us, and where we can face God one day face to face when that time comes. But thank you for the time this morning, and I appreciate New Horizon Church. I'm glad to be a deacon here, and glad for our pastor and the people that comes here. I love each and every one of you. Our number's in the bulletin. If you ever need one of the deacons or the preacher, all you have to do is just call up, and we'll do the best we can to help you any way we can. But I love y'all. I thank the Lord for the salvation He's given me, and the life that I live, and I just appreciate it every day.